Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Ki Tisa. The question of the week is, are women and children obligated in Kois Shel Beracha, which is the blessing that we make after the grace after meals? So this week in the Zohar, he brings a verse from Isaiah where it says, "V'hoya ba'achris hayom," it's going to be the end of time. Nachayin yiyeh harbeis Hashem b'reish harim. And the Zohar says, what b'reish harim? It's referring to Avram Avinu. And Avram Avinu is going to come, and he's going to give out Kois Shel Beracha, the cup full of blessings. And it says, "V'naru elav kol hagoyim." So, and the Zohar explains, what does it mean kol hagoyim? It's referring to the woman and the children are all going to come to Avram Avinu. So the Rebbe's father asks, what's the connection of Avram Avinu and the end of the days, times? So the Rebbe's father explains, according to Kabbalah, the end of times referring to the idea of Malchus. Malchus needs to be elevated. So Avram Avinu, who's the level of Chachman, comes and elevates it. So the Rebbe says, what's the whole idea of the women and children coming to Avram Avinu to get the Kois Shel Beracha? So the Rebbe explains, and he says, because we know that according to Jewish law, so biblically, the women don't have to do the grace after meals, and if they have no connection with the Kois Shel Beracha. However, rabbinically, they still have to do the grace after meals. But the Zohar says, when it comes to Kois Shel Beracha, the powerful blessing, that women and children should partake. And therefore, we should notify everyone, we should spread this, that the Zohar's opinion is that women and children should sit and hear the blessing of Kois Shel Beracha. And the Rebbe explains, why is that? And the Rebbe explains as follows. When it comes to the grace after meals, why do we make the grace after meals? Because we ate. Eating is a struggle between the godly soul and the animal soul. So the grace after meals is connected to conflict. And women have no connection to that, and children spiritually. But when it comes to the Kois Shel Beracha, that's totally pure, that's totally good. And that's why they should partake in it. And like Rebbe brings very powerful, it says in the Zohar, that what's the whole idea of Kois Shel Beracha? It's connected to King David, where it says, Koisi Revoya. His cup is going to be full. Now Revoya, the Rebbe brings, and he says, that numerically, the value of Revoya is spelled Reish, Vav, Yud, and Hey, which is 221, which is the same numerical value as the word erech of apayim, where God is compassionate. So the idea of erech is also 221, and children and women are connected to this powerful blessing of Kois Shel Beracha. And like we see, the Rebbe says, when it comes to times of Mashiach coming, so we know there's two different levels of Mashiach coming. The first stage, where the world's going to be the way it is, and still going to be a little conflict in the world. But the ultimate stage is when it's going to be totally peaceful, and the women and children are connected to that level. And that's why they should partake in Kois Shel Beracha. Like we see, the Rebbe says that we know that the Mashiach comes, it's going to be like when we went out of Egypt, and we went out of Egypt. What happened then? Thanks to the woman we went out of Egypt, and thanks to the children we went out of Egypt. So they're connected to the idea of redemption. And more specifically, when it comes to the grace after meals, since they're not obligated to do it, and they go ahead and they sit there and they partake in those powerful blessings, it obviously reaches a much more powerful place. And like the Rebbe brings from this week's Torah portion, Parsha Ki Tisa, where it says that Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to plead with Hashem, but Sasi Chain, he wanted to bring down grace, that the woman and the children have the power to bring down this powerful energy. So to answer the question, are women and children obligated to have Kois Shel Beracha? So according to the Talmud, the revealed law, no. But according to Kabbalah and the Zohar, on the contrary, absolutely they should, and they're very, very powerfully connected, and they actually bring down tremendous blessings for the Jewish people, and especially connected with the idea of the ultimate redemption. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to memory of Baruch Menari Leib, Shlomo Yosef, Rachel Baslipa, Tzina Basara. May their souls be elevated by Torah we're studying in their memory. For more information, please see our website, chabad.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.